moments in life when reason begins to falter, when the outside world loses its meaning and the only light left comes from within. But this light is not comforting, it is ancient, red, primordial. Section 1, The Break-In, 1913. Carl Gustav Jung, one of the most respected psychiatrists in the world, disciple of Freud, a lecturer, a scientist, walked away from it all, not out of madness, but in search of something deeper, the soul. For years, he entered a state of what he called active imagination, a controlled descent into the unconscious. He wasn't analyzing the psyche, he was living inside it. Section 2, Birth of the Red Book. He wrote and drew what he saw. Mythic figures, gods, serpents, demons, pages filled with strange visions and voices. He wasn't inventing stories, he was recording revelations, and what came out was not a textbook, it was a gospel of the soul, bound in red leather, handwritten, hand illustrated. He called it Liber Novus. The Red Book. Jung kept it secret until his death. He knew the world wasn't ready. Section 3, Vision of War. As 1913 ended, Europe marched unknowingly toward war. But Jung had seen it in dreams of blood-filled streets, drowning cities, and nameless death. His body knew before the world did, and it took him to the edge of himself. Section 4, The Descent. What Jung endured was not ordinary sadness. It was a symbolic death, a collapse of the ego, an initiation through darkness. For hours, he sat alone, engaging visions as if in ritual. Prophets appeared, demons spoke, a golden child, a laughing devil, and he wrote it all down. As he later said, whoever descends into hell returns with fire in their eyes. Section 5, Enter Philemon. Among all the beings he encountered, one stood out, Philemon, an old man with wings and a beard of light. He wasn't a hallucination. Jung called him an autonomous psychic reality, a voice wiser than himself. Philemon guided Jung. Point. He was the archetype of the wise old man, like Hermes in Hermeticism or Mercury in alchemy. Not a fantasy, but a spiritual truth, alive within all of us. Section 6, The Shadow. But not everything inside was light. Jung met his shadow, the repressed, feared, and forbidden parts of the self. He saw destruction, madness, cannibalism, death, the underworld of the human psyche. One figure tempted him with power, another mocked him. Even the devil appeared, with hollow eyes. Jung didn't fight them, he listened, because what we refuse to face within, will return to us as fate. Section 7, Death of the Ego. Jung realized enlightenment isn't light, it's decomposition. It's Negredo, the black night of the soul. He lost his reputation, his sense of identity, and yet he found something new, a deeper self, the union of light and shadow, the truth of wholeness. Section 8, Rebirth, and Red Book. From 1913 to 1930, Jung wrote the Red Book, not to teach, but to remember. He said, "This book freed me from my neurosis. I wrote it with blood." It's not a manual, it's a mirror, a ritual, a map of the soul. Section 9, Legacy and Invitation. The book was locked away for decades, guarded by Jung's family. When finally published, it shook the world. A psychologist had dared to speak to his soul and document it fully, honestly, mythically. Jung's most important lesson wasn't in what he wrote, it was in what he lived. That inside each of us is a voice like Philemon, a guide, a mirror,